Bam. Bam shakalaka. What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and today I have yet another talking head video. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum and the merge and the potential delay till October. There are multiple different reasons for this, and it's all coming from the all core devs call that happened yesterday on Friday, May 27th. Let's get into it right after a word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is PrimeXBT. PrimeXBT is an established trading platform that was founded in 2018. PrimeXBT offers a unique trading experience with co-vesting, margin trading, and yield accounts. PrimeXBT is available on desktop and their new iOS app. PrimeXBT is offering a special promotion for those who sign up with my sign-up link. Anyone who signs up with the link in the description can receive up to $500 to their margin trading account. Use promo code SONOFATECH for an additional first deposit bonus of up to $7,000. Terms and conditions do apply. Remember, any form of investing comes with significant risks, so do your own research. A quick disclaimer: when using leverage trading, it comes with extremely high risk, including loss of all funds. Welcome back. So first things first, I want to give a huge shout out to a couple other YouTubers that I am getting information from, as well as just the information from the dev call. So the dev call, if you guys ever want to listen to them yourselves, it's right here on the Ethereum Foundation YouTube channel. I'll have it linked down below. In addition to that, I watched all of Bitsby Trippin's wrap-up call that released or was streamed 6 hours ago today, and he had a lot of insight, so I definitely highly recommend that. That's going to take you, though, another hour to get through, and then we had a quick, short wrap-up call from DJ Mines that was 10 minutes, by far the shortest if you want to go get additional information and different perspectives on this. Of course, this entire video will be from my perspective. So if you wanted to watch all of this together, obviously it's going to take some time. You got an hour and 43 minutes on the dev call. You got another an hour and 2 minutes from Bitsby Trippin, and then 10 minutes from there, and then whatever you're watching on this video. What's the TLDR? The TLDR is going to be this for miners, and that is that there is a potential for a delay of the difficulty bomb between 2 and 4 months, and that is coming via not only the Ethereum dev call, but also Tim Biko on Twitter. In addition to that, what you would see is essentially a reduction in the difficulty of Ethereum to mine, which means increased mining profits for that given time. Before they could implement it, or the earliest they could implement a difficulty bomb delay would be about in a month. So running up for that month, we would essentially have still an increasing difficulty, which means, of course, profitability will continue to go down for GPU miners and just miners on Ethereum at all. So be prepared for still poor profitability for the next month, then possible kind of delay that will allow the difficulty to be receded a bit, and then of course that will start to kick off once again. Does this mean that the merge would be delayed past August? No, it does not necessarily mean that. All it means is it leaves a little bit more breathing room for Ethereum developers to develop and not impact the end users on the Ethereum network, which, as Bitsby Trippin puts it, is paramount to pretty much this whole entire thing. I would like to point out that I do think that it is quite ignored that miners are large participants as users as well on Ethereum, and that gets kind of pushed to the side a little bit more than I would like to see. Of course, draw a Venn diagram and you will have some developers and some miners along with that user's bubble, and that's important to note. So a lot of this was also spurred on by the Ropsten TTD basically attack. So TTD stands for total terminal difficulty. This is a number that the developers set that says when we reach this number, essentially we will go ahead and implement X change. In this case on Ropsten, which is the testnet, this change was going to be, of course, the merge on the testnet, taking it from proof of work to proof of stake. long story short, there was an attack by a miner that over 10x'd the amount of hash rate on the Ropsten testnet, thereby basically increasing or decreasing the block times and basically rapidly accelerating the time to when the merge would need to happen on the testnet. This was resolved by essentially setting a TTD that was extremely high. That way the devs can then go back in and implement another change when they're closer to actually being ready around June or so, June 8th, right? As we talked about before, and then be able to push that through to all the updates and all the clients. This does mean more work for the clients because not only did they need to upgrade to get the new changes for the large TTD number, but now when they are preparing for the merge, once that number is released to the clients to update, they will have to update again. A lot easier to do on a testnet. Of course, it's a lot smaller than it is to do on something like the mainnet. However, the claim is that this wouldn't impact the mainnet because there's no way to 10x the Ethereum hash rate, and it's a lot more predictable. Of course, I had brought up previously that there still was the problem of hash rate dropping off of Ethereum, thereby having the inverse effect, which would increase the block times and impact end user basically usability, right? End user experience, which is a big deal. Once again, the primary factor is going to be, of course, the end user experience. Now, to combat this, they are going to utilize basically a similar strategy that they are utilizing on the testnets to go ahead and push that back. So make that not a problem. So they'll push the TTD way out. Miners won't be able to see exactly what that is. And then it's really left up to security being provided to the network via basically exactly what you would expect, the revenue of actually mining Ethereum. Now, to help that security remain on the network as long as possible, the best method is to basically defuse that difficulty bomb so that miners remain on there and don't start dropping off to mine other networks. And I think that's really where this ends up sitting, is that we see the Ethereum devs talking about basically delaying the difficulty bomb 2 to 4 months, just so it relieves pressure off of them to once again refocus back on the merge. Because remember, you will have a little bit of a delay there, and then be able to push out, of course, proof of stake without this threat of a bunch of miners popping off and increasing the block times and thereby impacting the end user experience. So the biggest one that I saw was from Thomas, and he's the one that's kind of been the proponent of delaying the difficulty bomb yet again. And here is kind of that information. Keep in mind, essentially how this would work is that the difficulty bomb would not get delayed for at least a month after they get the EIP in, it gets approved on a dev call and then implemented. That'd be a month out, and then you would have a 2 to 4 month delay from that point, right? So a month from now would put us, closer to July. And in July, we would have 2 to 4 months for the difficulty bomb delay, right? So at that point, you're talking about September to November, somewhere around there. Once again, that does not mean that's when the merge would happen. That just means when the difficulty bomb would be delayed until. They could always accelerate the difficulty bomb as a part of another change leading up to proof of stake, and that would be a potential, of course, as well. So I wanted to bring up Thomas here just so you guys are aware, because this is where we're getting the actual delay time of the merge itself. And this is coming from basically this idea. The healthy pace would probably give us around 3 weeks for each test net for analysis, adjustments, and release. So remember, previously it was going to be around 2 weeks from the first test net through, of course, all of the test nets. It would start happening every 2 weeks. A subsequent test net would be merged, with 3 test nets being merged, and then the final one being, of course, the main net. This put us around August timeframe, very early August. Now it's looking like late August at best, according to Thomas. He said, followed by 2 months of community education, monitoring, and general preparation for the mainnet. So let's say essentially on June 8th, we get a successful testnet merge of Ropsten, which does look like by all accounts going to be successful. Then you would have 3 weeks out from there, and then another 3 weeks out from there. Basically, you would have 9 weeks, so 2 months and a week from June 8th, which would put us in August, and then probably around, let's see, so second week in August, somewhere around there by the time all the test nets are merged. And then you would have 2 months from there before the main net would be merged. So that would be about, September, November. That would be around the second weekend in November. Or October, excuse me. So that also seems to ring true here in this particular post, where he says this would place the merge in the second half of October. Other scenarios are possible, with the optimistic ones placing us in August, probably very late August. Recent beacon chain reorg may not be dangerous by itself, but it underscores the need for well-coordinated releases and communication with validator outputs. There is arguments around this. There was a reorg problem within proof of stake portion of Ethereum, where I think it was like 7 blocks were reorged. Some people consider this to be a huge threat. Others on the dev call, it seemed like to me they didn't really care about it. Bitsby Trippin seems to think it's a big deal. I do not have a huge amount of knowledge on this in particular, other than, any manipulation of the chain and so on seems to be a problem to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So end of story. We're looking at a delay of the merge to October, best I can tell, with a reduction in the difficulty happening in about a month here, meaning bringing the revenue and profitability back up for Ethereum, at least in the amount of Ethereum you gain, not necessarily the amount of Ethereum or of US dollar converted post mining said Ethereum. And that is going to be a relevant task here, because as people have started to experience, what we have seen is a reduction in the price of Ethereum. We're down to $1,792 as we speak today, which is down 10% here recently. And it doesn't look to be recovering a lot because, well, there seem to be a lot of people that are within the NFT space getting hit by, of course, the correlated price point of Ethereum, and a lot of people hopping out of the NFT space, at least on Ethereum. And I think that is going to affect the price significantly, and it will be compounded by the fact that block times will be slowing down. So how bad are block times going to get before they put in basically a delay? Which, from my humble opinion here, I think that the delay is necessary just to maintain lower block times and provide security to the network and incentivize security to the network. But if they wait until July, right, we are going to be looking at 18-second block times. If they keep it implemented until essentially the projected original merge is supposed to go off, you would have 21-second block times. And if it was late August, like Thomas seems to presume, due to the new timeline of every 3 weeks for the testnet and 2 months for additional testing, you could see potentially 25-second and above. That is on current projections based on the current hash rate of Ethereum. And the fact of the matter is this as well. Not only does Ethereum have to worry about other networks being more profitable, but they also have to worry about the price of electricity skyrocketing right now due to the economy and the inability of miners to keep up and remain profitable mining Ethereum and just turning off their machines. So it's not just a competition within the market, but there is also, of course, this potential for just people shutting it off completely, which has already been happening in a lot of areas as these electricity prices increase significantly. So you have an exponentially increasing electricity costs for miners, and then at the same time an exponentially increasing difficulty rate, and you have the reduction of price of Ethereum, just spelling out bad news for the network as a whole. I hope that this video was helpful and got you caught up on everything that is going on with the merge. What do you think? Do we see a timeline get pushed back to the merge being in October based on this information? Or do you think we are still looking at an early August, late July timeframe? I think early August, late July is out of the question. In my humble opinion, I think late August is the earliest, and being pushed out to October is the most reasonable. And I do think that we see a difficulty bomb delay. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. If you are not watching the morning live shows at 9:45 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Central Time and still want to get caught up on specific news topics, be sure to subscribe to my Crypto Clips channel for the Crypto Mining Show clips, and I'll have a link down to that, or for that, down in the description as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more, or check out this playlist for more crypto content related topics.